Good day, everyone. Ryan from the Grumpy Old Gamers here, and I'm decided to share a newfangled review with you. Today's newfangled review is of the Hori D Pad Controller left. I guess that's what the L stands for. Now, if you've been watching any of our stuff, you know I love my Switch, but I hate the Joy-Cons. The fact that the analog joysticks on the right keep getting the drifting problems, and it's a problem that Nintendo doesn't seem to want to fix. It's become a huge sticking point with me. But so on my second pair of Joy-Cons, the right stick started to drift, and I ordered a third set, and I ordered myself this because, well, Hori, I assume that's how you say the name. I don't know. Horai? Anyways, um, they're one of the few companies officially licensed to make Nintendo gear, and I've bought some of their stuff before. It's all been great quality, but I was a little optimistic about or pessimistic about the D-pad, really, and how that would work out. And let me tell you, after getting this and slapping it on the old Switch here, well, first off, the Pokemon one would not have been my first choice, but it was the only one available still to buy on Amazon. The only one that came back in stock. There is a Zelda one and a Mario one, but you know what? It's fine. It's funky. I like it. Yeah, so now that I have this controller, I'm just sad that I never bought one before. You know, it doesn't have any of the electronics in it, so you don't get any of the motion controls or the rumble or anything. But you can't tell once it's clipped on here. It's great. Uh, yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'm sad that I've not bought one of these before and just like kept, the left Joy-Cons for what they need to be used for games, using it on if you need to use a dog bone controller or you need it for motion stuff, whatever. Um, and just saved it kind of for that. And for one, the price point, these cost a third of what it costs to buy a set of Joy-Cons. I paid 35 Canadian for this, and a full set of Joy-Cons is 99. Now, I think this is a lot easier to replace than than a full set of Joy-Cons. So I've had it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and I've definitely put it through the paces, and it's great. Dead Cells, I played Dead Cells where I'd only been using, in portable mode, I'd only been using the analog stick because, on the regular Joy-Con, you just got the buttons below, which you can use to play, but who wants to use the buttons? But, I've been using the D-pad now, and it's awesome. It works great. I played a bunch of the SNES Online games that are on the Switch there, and yeah, this is one of those super nice, like, it's spongy but still responsive. The real test for this for me, though, was Tetris 99. Now, I've played with my Pro controller. I tried playing with the D-pad on the Pro controller, Tetris 99, and I would get missed drops and just, like you're pushing right, but it senses right and down, so suddenly your piece is dropping down a little bit more, and I was just having a whole lot of trouble. Again, none of that with this. This is a really nice, precise D-pad with like a good bounce to it. Yeah, I'm super impressed. Now, if there's a couple little things that are just like silly little nits, but the button on the back here, show it in light there. is significantly raised to the other one. And just the way I hold, I've kind of had to change my grip a bit because that's right where I kind of had a finger resting, and it makes it kind of uncomfortable with it being so raised. The other thing is that instead of being like um, instead of it being like a clicky button, the minus button is a rubber key, very similar to the start select, like on a Nintendo joystick. And that's the same with your picture button. They're both like these. So they both require, they're not like, if you're playing a game where you got to do that a lot, it's a little like, it's just adjustments, really. Because you got to give it a bigger press for both things, like taking a picture or using the minus button, than you would on an actual Joy-Con, because they're just very light clicks for to get them to come up. But overall, you know what, I'm gonna test the life of this. Hopefully this analog stick doesn't get drift, but you know, it looks very similar. Oh yeah, the L3 does work. It's got the little, yeah, it's still got the little click in it. So it it yeah, it's great. And the other thing, it's because it doesn't have any electronics and it also doesn't have the rumble, but it doesn't matter because your right one does. So you still get your rumble effect. So really, you're not really losing out on anything, because even though I guess if you're playing a game that needed the 3D rumble, but what games do besides Mario Odyssey? Uh, yeah. So yeah, highly recommend the Hori D Pad Controller left. Highly recommend. All right, everyone. Thanks for checking out this newfangled review. As usual, you can check out www.thegrumpyoldgamers.com. That's where we post all of our original content. And of course, check us out on Facebook. Look up the Grumpy Old Gamers. Lots of activity happening there. And if you want to chat with us, we have an email. You can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. And we have a Twitter. You can message us from there too. And that's also at makeusgrumpy. All one word. Thank you, everyone.